Good morning, this is Greg the Window Doctor, and I hope you're having a great day. I'm going to take a little bit of a change. We've talked a little bit about doors, we've talked a lot about windows, but I want to look at siding today. And you may be saying, well, why was a window doctor talking about siding? Well, it's about energy efficiency, and our goal is to make ourselves more energy efficient and be better conservators of the energy that we have. And in the process of doing that, we're also going to save a lot of money. Now, this is the time of the year where everybody loves to get outside because it's still cool enough to get outside, right? And but this is, we get out there mowing our yards and doing this, we start noticing our house and the age of our house. And unfortunately, most of the builders today are using products that have been around for a very long time that are pretty inexpensive. And one of those materials that they use is a material called masonite. Now, unfortunately, masonite, even though it's very widely used, is not the best quality because it's not an actual solid wood product. It's actually a composition of different wood fibers and stuff that have been glued and mashed together, kind of like a fiber type board. And what happens to that over a period of time, as it starts to break down, it allows moisture to get in there, causing it to expand and begin to rot. So you'll start seeing that, especially around the base of your house where you may have an irrigation system that sprinkles up on it quite a bit, and you'll see that. You'll see it in the seams where the long pieces come together. It starts becoming darker color and deteriorating in those areas. Once that starts happening, the process seems to escalate. So you have to ask yourself, what are some of my options as far as taking care of that? Well, one of the old options have been around for years and years is painting, and probably in some ways people think that's the most economic way. And on a short-term basis, it probably is. But on a long-term basis, that becomes very expensive. And let me explain to you why. It's kind of like the concept of renting paint. Because you're only going to get to use it for 5 or 6 years, and then after that, we're going to get to rent some more paint and put it on your house. And it's never a permanent type solution, is it? And if your house is freshly painted and you were putting your house on the market, do you think people would actually pay you more because your house was painted? Probably not. That's something that's expected, is just common maintenance. Now, of course, if it's not painted and the wood's rotting and you're having trouble with it, they're going to pay you a lot less. So if you don't want to continue to rent paint and have all the fun of out there scraping and caulking and painting and brushing and being up on the ladder, there are other solutions. Now, one of the solutions I want to talk today is about vinyl siding, kind of like our vinyl windows. It's a great product, and it's a great product because it's a permanent product. It's a permanent solution to where you can make your house look beautiful and make it maintenance free, and in the process add tremendous value to your overall value of your house. Now, on the market today, there are a couple different kinds of products. Now, I'm going to show you one in particular. This is made by Mastic, which is a company that I recommend. It's a great company. It's been in business nearly 50 years. It's one of the oldest vinyl siding companies in North America today. And as you can see, this is a pretty much standard panel. This is what we call a Dutch lap. And as you can see, if you're looking at it from the side, it's about 45 mil thick. And that's how they actually measure the thickness of it, is the amount of mil thickness. 40 to 45 is a pretty good number if you're out there looking at that. And of course, one of the things we're also wanting to do is to make sure that we're using pure vinyl and not a recycled vinyl. Because there actually is ways today to make a recycled vinyl. Recycled vinyl would be like taking a lot of scraps from a lot of different jobs, cutting them up in small pieces, remelting them down, and making a kind of a mesh of colors that comes out kind of like a grayback. And then they're going to get the color that you want, and they're going to laminate it on top of this recycled product on the back, laminating it on top, kind of like semis do with the tires. And they retread the tires because that's ultimately cheaper. But it's not the best solution because the process in which they use to put it on, heat, is also the same process here in Texas, which causes it to come off. So I certainly wouldn't recommend a product that's co-extruded or recycled type vinyl siding. Next week, we're going to be looking at some of the other things about vinyl siding that I think would be helpful to you. Until then, This is the Window Doctor signing off.